Let's talk about a certain organization that I've done videos on in the past. And that I got to be honest with you, I was a little bit surprised. I was a little bit surprised to see this, but then again, not really. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, these companies don't make money. Like, we know they don't make money, but a lot of them are governmentally funded. So normally it's not a big deal. Right? Like, look at Dustborn. Dustborn, governmentally funded. They can go broke on their game and it doesn't matter. They got all the money that they're ever going to make from the government. Well, Take This is a company that is actively against gamers. And I'm not just saying that like facetiously or anything like that. I mean, like, they actively hate gamers. They've admitted it. They've said it. They don't like gamers. They always take the side of the people calling us chuds and all that stuff. It's pretty obvious, right? Well, apparently, that particular organization is now begging for $80,000 in order for them to remain open. Now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there certain people out there? Certain urinalists out there that call things like this e-begging? So why is it suddenly okay for e-begging? Because it's a particular, company that they agree with. Why is it suddenly okay, right? It makes you wonder, but let's continue. I mean, what a smile. How can this smile not make money? It's incredible. The activist organization Take This, that has received significant funding from the United States government, is now begging its followers to give them $80,000 in order to keep its stores open. Now, in my opinion, and I think I said this in my video when I covered this, again, guys, this is like, it's not old news, but I wanted to talk about this on stream to go a little bit more in depth and get you guys' opinion on this. But I really think like this is purposeful. I don't think they're actually going to close down at all. You got to think like they do, right? I think this is purposeful. I think what it is that they are going to put this out there and say, "Oh, we need the $80,000 in order to stay open." But they don't actually need the $80,000. This is just a major grift, right? It's a grift to try to con people to give them as much money as humanly possible before saying that they're not going to close down. Right? When do they have to? They have to the end. They have to the end of this month, apparently. So they want to make $80,000 in 1 month, according to this. And they took the side of, obviously they took the side of Sweet Baby Inc. They took the side of all the journalists that were reporting on this stuff. Let me see. I want to check. I want to see exactly where it says. So less than 6 months after they sided with Sweet Baby Inc., the organization's research director, Rachel Colbert, resigned from her position. That we already know about. Let's continue. Not only did Colbert resign from her position, but the entire organization is now begging for $80,000 to keep it afloat. In a post to the company's website at the end of August, Dr. Rafael Bocamazzo, the organization's clinical director, wrote, "This might be the most bittersweet post I've ever written in my tenure with Take This. You may have noticed our plea for financial support earlier this year. As hard as we've worked to make up that gap, we still need significant help. Without your support, Take This and all of our impactful programs will cease to exist." Now, I don't know what they consider to be impactful. Because last I checked, they're not impactful. The only thing they impact is taking money from the government. That's literally all they fucking do, man. That's all they do. But that's neither here nor there. Then it says, after listing out what he views as the organization's accomplishment, he stated, "If we don't raise $80,000 by the end of September, all of this will disappear." So are you trying to tease me with a good time, or what are we doing? You can't say that everything is going to disappear and expect me to What do you want me to do? Rush to your defense? I'm actually really excited for this. What's that meme? There's that meme that's like, oh, well, that's terrible. Anyway, you know? Like, this is not how you're going to get people to donate. You might have had a better chance if you would have put out something and said, hey, guys, if you give us $80,000, we will disappear. People would have been donating really quick at that point. The company received a split of nearly $700,000. $700,000 in grant money from the Department of Homeland Security. You're not even talking about random departments. You're talking about Homeland Security. The DHS gave them a split of nearly $700,000. The DHS shared that in 2022, over the past decade, video games have increasingly become focal points of social activity and identity creation for adolescents and young adults. Relationships made and fostered within game ecosystems routinely cross over into the real world are an impactful parts of local communities. It added, correspondingly, extremists have used video games and targeted video game communities for activities ranging from propaganda creation to terrorist mobilization and training. Game developers in general, from small independent studios to billion-dollar multinational corporations, have lagged in awareness of how extremists may attempt to exploit their games and how their communities can be targeted for radicalization. So, if you guys remember a while ago, I made videos talking about different companies that were trying to essentially say that gamers are terrorists, right? And one of those companies was Take This. So imagine almost $1 million, right? Obviously, we're $300,000 short, but $700,000 is not a small amount of money, okay? $700,000 going to a corporation that all they're going to do is lie and bullshit about terrorists being in gaming. The last time I heard a true story about terrorists being in gaming was apparently them being in World of Warcraft. I remember that story ages ago. Ages ago, I remember. But aside from that, everything else has been bullshit. And then if you look at their results, if you look at the results on all of their studies, they say there's no conclusive evidence. There's never any conclusive evidence whatsoever telling you that this is this is actual terrorism. Look at this. Take This will close unless we raise $80K by September 30th. Support mental health. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. Let's check them out. We've looked at this before, and it's just as cringe every time. Every time we look at this team, it's always really, really, really cringe. But let's see. We got executive director Eve. Rafael Bocamazzo. So this is the guy who made the post. Kelly Dunlap, community director. Oh, that looks normal. Elizabeth Kilmer, researcher. And what do every single one of them have next to their name? The pronouns. The pronouns. Jesus. This is rough, man. This is rough. Who's this? What's this person's name? Annie Larkin. Oh, we got to they them. We got to they them. Sarah Hayes, she, her. Liz Favorito, program manager. No pronouns, you bigot. Why no pronouns? You better put some fucking pronouns. Laura Dunson, she, her. Brian Cundy, he, him. Pooh, Ja. Ragani, she, her.